All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Real Men Wear Kilts TV. I'm Patrick Joy. I'm your host, and before we get into the gaming tonight, which I know everybody likes gaming, there's three stories I've come across, and they've been brought to my attention, and I'd like to, by another viewer, um, different viewers and whatnot brought these stories to my attention. Um, and they're they're pretty important stories to discuss. We got a Marine Corps. One of the stories in the form of video. It's a Marine Corps veteran in the video. He owns a gym in North Carolina, in Holly Ridge, North Carolina. Um, and what has happened to him because of this coronavirus shutdown stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's complete and utter bullshit. So we'll get into that. We got another one where a church that was suing to be able to reopen in, I believe, Mississippi. Let me check that real quick. Uh yeah, Holly Springs, Mississippi. Um we got it was burned down and some graffiti was, posted there showing what it is. And then we have a story about a Louisiana pastor who, while on house arrest, again defied coronavirus orders by having a church service. Um, you know, before we get into all this, as far as the churches go, one of the wonderful rights that is guaranteed to us in the Constitution, and these are God-given rights. These are not. Oh, sorry about that, barren aspect. Anyways, one of the great rights that we have in the Constitution is in the First Amendment, and it's freedom of religion. It's the freedom to practice our faith, to worship as we see fit, and there's nothing that can take that away. These are, in the Declaration of Independence, our founding fathers said that there are certain unalienable rights endowed upon us by a creator, and they include life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Now, when the Constitution was written, they expanded upon what those rights exactly were. Because life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is kind of vague. But at the same time, as they expanded upon what those rights were, they also guaranteed those rights to we the people. Now, another thing that's included in there is, as far as the gym owner's case goes, it says life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Well, part of his pursuit of happiness is to have a successful business, and that right is being is being infringed upon there. It's not specifically said in the Constitution, but it's understood that we have a capitalist system, and therefore people should be able to have businesses and be open and be able to prosper and make money and employ people so they can work and make money as well. This first story here, being a veteran myself, I mean, my heart goes out to this guy. I've tried to get a statement from him. I've also tried to get a statement from the Holly Ridge Police. I've also tried to get a statement from the town manager involved and Governor Roy Cooper, and I'm hoping they contact me back and we get a chance to have a little, get some brief, little interviews or at least statements on it, because I feel, duty bound to get all sides of the story. But until then, I only have his side of the story from this video, and I'm going to share it with you guys. I want you guys to tell me what you guys think. Let me know. I want to know. I think, he's right to feel the way he does. I think he's right to have gotten a lawyer involved, and hopefully the lawyer takes care of things. There's some follow-up videos I haven't watched yet. I'll let y'all know as far as what those videos pertain, and hopefully I get a statement from him. Hopefully, we can raise a little awareness. There is a GoFundMe page to help him out. If you go to his YouTube page, you'll be able to find it. Under the video I'm about to show you. I don't actually have permission to show the video, but I'm showing it anyways because I want to raise awareness to try and help this guy out. And I feel it's important for you as a viewer to see that what this guy is talking about happening. And he shows some of the video of some of the stuff happening. I think it's important for you to see this, to understand that our rights right now, by certain governors, certain mayors, and other localized governments, are being trampled on. They are being trampled on right now. These orders are unconstitutional. They are completely and utterly unconstitutional. If they were strong requests, that'd be a different story. But they are orders, meaning you have to do these things. And I completely 100% disagree with it. In fact, it pisses me right the fuck off. I'm going to say that right now. It pisses me right the fuck off. Sorry for my language. I don't give a flying fuck. This is fucking wrong. What's happening in this country right now? I applaud every single person out there protesting these unlawful orders, these unconstitutional orders. And every single person raising awareness and challenging these orders, I applaud you. In fact, I salute you. Because what's going on here is you have the leftist media, the mainstream leftist media, coming out and fear-mongering. That's exactly what they're doing. They are fucking fear-mongering you, people. They are trying to make you scared. What the fuck? And you know what? Then you got these leftist politicians coming out there and doing the same damn thing. They're doing the same damn fucking thing, and they should be ashamed of themselves. Every officer, and I support law enforcement, and most law enforcement officers are great. Good, hard-working people just doing their job. But you know what? Every single officer who defies their oath, who breaks their oath to defend the Constitution, and every officer of the United States, and every officer that becomes an officer has to swear that oath. They have to swear to, defend and uphold the Constitution, just like I did when I joined the Army. Just like this Marine that I'm about to show you did when he joined the Marine Corps. It pisses me off that they're breaking their oath, breaking a sacred promise that they made to we the people. They broke that oath. Oh yeah, I gotta put this up here, hold on. That way when I go away from the screen I'm on right now, I can actually see what's going, see what your comments are. Now, that being said, hold on, I gotta turn the volume down here. There we go. All right. So these officers that are enforcing this, they're breaking their oaths. They're oath breakers. And quite frankly, every single one of these officers that are enforcing these unlawful orders need to hand in their badge, hand in their gun, and get the hell out of the job. And I commend every officer who goes out there every day to defend, serve, and protect the people of this country. I commend every single one of them, so long as they don't break their oath. As long as they don't break their oath and they're doing a good job, not being crooked, not doing anything they're not supposed to be doing, they're good in my book. But all you officers out there that are are fucking breaking your oath to defend and uphold the Constitution of the United States, you're a fucking shitbag. And I'm going to come out and say it. I support law enforcement. And most officers, you're great people. Most officers, you're wonderful people. You know, hats off to you doing what you do. I'm not calling you guys shitbags. I'm calling the ones who aren't, keeping their oath. The ones who aren't keeping their oath, they don't deserve to wear that badge. They don't deserve to wear that uniform. They don't deserve to wear that gun on their hip. That was issued to them in order to protect the people and defend and uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. You know, I hate, coming out against any cop, but when you're breaking your oath, not defending the Constitution, enforcing an unlawful order, what's wrong with you, man? Hell, my niece Kelly, she's a cop. I'm proud that she's a cop. I'm proud that, she decided to do something to serve a calling greater than herself. And I know she's one out there that's not breaking her oath. Hang on, my computer's being stupid again. Hold on. Oh, okay, only 2 ads tried to pop up. But anyways, let's get into the video. That's my little rant. These governors and mayors out there who are, and these other politicians that are out there, giving unlawful orders and supporting these unlawful orders. Y'all can go to hell as far as I care. I mean, really, you can all go to hell. I mean, because, you're trying to see how easy it is to take away the rights of American citizens. I think at the end of the day, you're going to find it's a lot harder than you fucking think. And you push too far, the American people will start pushing back. And now I'm going to point something out here. I'm not trying to incite any kind of violence here. I'm not. You decide to break the law and commit acts of violence upon these, people, that's on you. I did not. I repeat, I did not tell you to do that. There are legal, constitutional methods that we can take at this point in time through peaceful protests and legal action in the court system. Until we've exhausted that, there is no excuse to break the law or try to take the law into your own hands. I want to make sure I'm very clear on that. And I'm gonna say one more thing real quick. All you mayors and governors who are trying to put into play these unlawful orders and way overstep your bounds and powers, I'm going to tell you straight up right now. You need to go find the nearest tree, closest one to you. Give it a big old hug and beg it for forgiveness. And you know why you gotta beg for forgiveness? I'll tell you why. Because you're wasting the precious oxygen that it produces. I'm looking at you, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I'm looking at you, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. I'm looking at you guys. I'm looking at you, Governor of Minnesota. I can't remember what the hell your name is, but I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, Governor Cuomo. I'm looking at you, Governor of California, Gavin Newsom. I'm looking at you guys. And I'm saying right now, you need to go find the nearest tree, wherever you are right now, and beg his forgiveness for being such a giant waste of oxygen. Because that's exactly what you are. Same thing goes for all you leftist news anchors. You are nothing but a waste of fucking oxygen. All right. That's enough of that. Let's look at this video. Let's see what Nick Kamalatos. I can't pronounce his name. Probably Kamalatos. I don't know. Anyway, let's look at his video and see what you all think. All right, here we go.
Or who decide what's essential.
Okay.
My name is Nick Kumalatos.
That's how you pronounce it.
Entrepreneur, business owner, father, veteran. I served in the Marine Corps from 2000 to 2012, deployed to Afghanistan, Iraq, Turkey, all over Southeast Asia. I say that because I just want to give a little bit of clout to my background, to just state that on multiple occasions I rose my right hand and swore an oath to defend the Constitution. And now in my life, I want to enjoy the Constitution, enjoy my rights and freedoms. For those of you that do follow me on here, know that I really like to just make fun videos and lift weights and share training tips and spend time with my friends and family, be a dad. And that's what I want my life to be.
And, you know, that's not too much to ask. You know, he wants to have a successful business, be a family man, be, you know, and provide for his family. That's not selfish. I don't think it's selfish. If you think it's selfish, well, you can go fuck yourself. As far as I care, you know, he wants to, you know, live his life, enjoy his life. You know, every American wants to do that. Deep down, they want to live their life, enjoy their life, and that's pursuit of happiness right there, folks. A divinely given right by our Creator. I don't care if you believe in God, Buddha, Allah, Yahweh, whatever. Whatever you want to believe in. You know, the point is, you know, he wants to, you know, exercise these rights that were given to him by his Creator. And I agree with him. That's all I want to do. I'd rather play video games all the time with you guys than have to drudge into politics. But, you know, I can't stand idly by while brother, you know, we may not share any DNA, but he's still my brother. He served in the Marine Corps, I served in the Army. We served on the same side. You know, I'm nothing special. You know, I'll say that, and I've said that before. I'm nothing special. I don't claim to be anything special. I did my job. I came home. I don't know what this guy did. I don't know his whole story. But I imagine he's a pretty awesome dude. And, you know, hats off to him for wanting that.
And unfortunately, with what's going on in America right now, it's kind of pulled me out of that. And I have to focus on essentially politics. And this is not something I enjoy doing at all whatsoever. I absolutely hate it. But they're leaving me no room to do so because of what's being put in place. So to give you some background, I live in a town called Holly Ridge, North Carolina. And
beautiful town. I've been there before.
March 17th, I'm looking over here is because I have my notes because I want to make sure that I have everything in order. On March 17th, the governor started to do the whole stay at home. He started to do government shutdowns. He initially shut down restaurants and bars. and we knew that it was going to get worse before it got better, right? Due to the whole COVID thing. Then on the 25th, he released another executive order shutting down essentially everything except what he deemed was essential. Not really sure what those guidelines were, but
here's the thing, folks. What's essential?
What's essential, but we'll leave that till later. The main things that were shut down were training facilities, salons, churches, and a few other things. Initially, I said, okay, let's do the right thing. Let's follow these guidelines. Let's do it for a couple weeks. The incubation period for this virus that affects 0.0024% of the state, has a,
and that's a real number, period, folks. So that's a real number.
Sick, people will get better. It has a 99.9% recovery rate. No big deal. And then we'll move forward with our lives. Well, that 2 week came about and nothing happened. Nothing changed. Another week went by and the president, and now we're obviously in April, the president gave the power back to the states, as he should have done, because that's the way our government works. The states maintain their own power, and the governor runs the state. So we thought, okay, by May 1st, we will, this will be lifted and we can go about our lives. At this point, we had already had about a 50% reduction in revenue with my 2 brick and mortar businesses, which, we can recover from. I know how to pivot. I can figure it out. Like, I'm not scared of that. This is not the point of me, like, losing a little bit of money is not the point of this. It's more about the businesses that can't pivot, and that I watched 3 businesses shut down in that month. And you can give it like, well, they should have savings. It doesn't matter. The point is they should be able to thrive regardless.
And, he makes a fair point here. And, I know I'm positive, but he makes a fair point here. Any business, if properly managed and in the right market, should thrive. And when the government comes in, I'm talking about legal businesses too. I'm not talking about, illegal businesses like the drug dealer on the corner or whatever. The point is, any business, as long as there's a market for it and it's not oversaturated and it's properly managed, should be able to thrive no matter what. And the fact that there's government interference in this case, what's hurting those businesses that closed. And yeah, they should have savings, but that shouldn't matter either. I'm just saying, it shouldn't matter. All right, let's continue.
Because it's their right to. So this didn't happen. He didn't lift the order. Matter of fact, he came on and said that he basically said nothing. He spoke for an hour and said nothing. That he shows the order another week to May 8th. And then under phase 1, there would be no businesses that open that weren't currently open. So basically, he was extending it indefinitely because there's no date on phase 2. So I made the decision to open. On May 1st, I made the personal choice to open my training facility to its members by following the CDC's guidelines, which was making
and that's commendable right there. Following the CDC guidelines, that's important right there.
Apart, make sure
very
that
important.
We had sanitation stations, that we were cleaning everything, which for those of you that own a gym know that this is something you do already if you have a good gym. Like, this is common health practices in a training facility. So I made the decision to do that, my personal choice, to execute my rights to life, liberty, and, be able to care for my family, to be able to earn a paycheck, to be able to pay my employees, because through all of this, my rent still due, my employees' rent still due. The world kept turning, regardless whether the government shut it off or not.
Yeah, good point.
On May 7th,
a very good point. People still got to pay their bills.
Raided by the Holly Ridge Police Department, and I say raided, but because of the way that they entered the premises and the way that they engaged with the members, the citizens of this town. They came in hot. They blocked off the parking lot. They came in really fast. We had all the doors open to the gym because I wanted it well ventilated in there while people were training. I didn't want it to be a kind of a confined space. So they were able to enter free of movement. They came in, hands on guns, immediately started yelling at people. They were within 1 foot of some of the people, yelling at them, saying
see,
that they did
that's
not get out of
very
the facility.
unprofessional
They were
on their
going to be
part.
ticketed. My manager at the time was in the bathroom. They were banging on the door of the bathroom and then yelling at her. And I was not there, unfortunately. I found out about this. I immediately got there. The citizens were very upset. The members were very upset. My manager was very upset. And so I engaged with the officer, who was Captain Richards.
What's happening? Everybody that's in the store, the gym, were told to leave. You've been issued a citation for having the gym open. If you get caught again, then we take warrants out for your arrest. Okay?
That's it?
Again, well, you're issued a citation, so hang about.
Who sent you guys here?
Who sent us here?
Huh?
The work I was sent us here.
I want to know.
We came here. We saw cars up here.
And he has a right to know who his accuser is.
You're going to not allow me to run my business, pay my employees, pay my taxes that pay you.
Well, first of all, don't worry about paying me. Follow the government's order. Let's stop. Let me smart ass, okay? Follow the government's order.
What'd you say?
When they open up, just stop getting smart ass.
And they.
Okay, something that the officer did wrong there. He swore at a member of the public. Now, in this situation, that swearing was uncalled for. That was a lack of professionalism on the part of the officer. You know, and I understand the officer is trying to enforce government orders, but there's no actual law, in fact, he brings that up here soon, in place for a citation to be issued. You know, so far he's conducted himself in this video appropriate, that I can tell. The officer, on the other hand, I don't think he. Honestly, I you know, well, I have my personal opinion. I haven't gotten their side of the story yet, and I will get their side of the story. So right now, my opinions are solely based on what's in this video. You know. You know, so far the officer is bordering on being unprofessional. In fact, he actually had a moment where he was indeed unprofessional. Let's continue.
They gave me they waited for everybody to leave. Of course, they had to move their cars so that people could leave. And they gave me a Class 2 misdemeanor. I received the Class 2 misdemeanor, and we closed the gym and went on about our way. A couple hours later, I came home trying to cool off, wrap my head around everything that's been happening, and the chief of police shows up. While I'm here at my home speaking to the chief of police of this town, the captain goes back to the gym and looks for me.
Yep, hold on, ad.
Easily one of the best kits I've ever used, and the whole thing is complete.
Is Nick home or is he here?
I don't know where he is.
All right, call him. Tell him to leave that ticket I gave to him on his front porch. I'll come get it.
I'm sorry?
Let him know that ticket we gave to him earlier. Leave it on the front porch. We're coming to get it, okay?
Okay.
He talks to another business, happens to be my business partner, and an employee of that business, and says, I need you to go find Nick. So he, doing what he felt was right, went to try to find me, even though I wasn't there. And the owner of the business said, stop, you don't work for him. He can go find Nick. And then Captain Richards called my business partner an asshole. And then when he left, he gave him the bird as he was driving away.
And see, that was wrong on the officer's part, too.
Dave, just let him go.
He called me an asshole like 5 seconds ago.
Oh, wow, that's not necessary.
This is the professionalism that we're dealing with. While that's going on, I'm at my house talking to the chief. The chief, you know, in a way apologizes for the actions of his officer and says, you know, that he believes in the Constitution and that we were going to be put on a 3-strike rule.
I was trying to text, but I was trying to pay attention to that meeting because it was an urgent meeting. I told him, I don't think they've been warnings, okay? Once we got done with the meeting, Sarge came back, Captain came back.
And, you know, this chief, I commend him, by the way.
Talked to him, and citation was issued.
He believes in the Constitution.
I think so. Well, think so or no so.
In this guy and be like, you just need to move this vehicle right now. I'm like, dude, calm down. The guy that the contractor was also a Marine. He just wants to know what to do. You don't have to. There's a level of escalation that doesn't need to take place. Like, he's not going to do anything to you. He's not aggressive. You know. There's that needs to change. I feel like legally, and then there's a culture within the town that can be improved.
So the way it was supposed to go down was each business gets 3 warnings and then a citation. So he took the citation
Fair
back
enough.
and explained to me that it was going to be voided.
Still, it's unconstitutional order, so, you know.
So the governor starts phase 1 May 8th. We were under the agreement that we were going to reopen May 8th under phase 1 if we follow the CDC's guidelines. And
that's what the police chief told.
So we did. So we were closed for a little over 24 hours, and we opened May 8th at 5 p.m., letting the members know the risk, letting them know that we have warnings and whatnot. On May 8th at 8:40 p.m., I got a call on my personal cell phone from the town manager asking me if I had opened my gym. I said, listen, it's almost 9 o'clock at night. This is not appropriate timing. I'm hanging out with my wife and family. You can call me back Monday.
You know, that was unprofessional on the part of the town manager. Which I left her a voicemail. I'm hoping to get a statement from her. You know, the town manager should only be calling people during regular business hours. You know, something like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And here she is calling him at 9 o'clock at night. I'm just saying, that's bullshit. That was unprofessional on her part. Anyways, let's continue.
She obliged. Monday came around. Nothing happened. On the 9th, I received a call from the chief. The chief and I spoke, and then he basically said that we got this is our first warning, because what had happened was when we sent out the email to the members, one of those members forwarded that email to the town manager, and that became our first warning. So now we have Americans telling on Americans.
And when I was growing up, snitches got stitches.
Everything was
just saying.
Members were super happy. We were following all
not
the
endorsing
guidelines.
Violence.
Everybody was super thankful that we had opened up the gym and that they had a place to train. They said they were really struggling, like, with some mental health, and they were like, it was good to be out. It was good to get in the gym and train and sweat, and they just felt a ton better, and they were super appreciative that we did that. May 18th.
And you know, I know I'm kind of fat myself. Well, I am fat. And I have a plan for that. I'm trying to find a swimming pool because I can't do a lot of the exercises I used to be able to do due to injuries, which led to weight gain. That, and I could probably eat a little bit healthier, but I try to eat, relatively healthy. But either way, working out makes you feel better. I know it does me. Every time I get a chance to travel and I stay at a hotel, if it's got a swimming pool, you can bet that I'm going to be swimming laps in that swimming pool. Yeah, I mean, I totally get what he means. I mean, And, you know, fitness centers, in my opinion, should be counted as essential businesses. Because they do make people feel better about themselves when they go in there and they put in a hard workout, and, you know, they should feel great about themselves for that. Anyways, let's continue on here.
18th comes, and we're doing some private law enforcement and military training in our facility, and Captain Richards knocks on the door. I crack the door, and I said, "How can I help you?" He says, "I know the chief said that you can be open, but you can't due to the governor's orders, and you close down now." I said, "I'll call the chief." Politely. And then he left, and that was that. I attempted to call the chief
Which
that
is
morning,
a smart move there.
but his phone had been disconnected. Come to find out that the chief had been temporary relieved of duty, which we kind of...
Okay. The chief had been temporarily removed from of duty. And, you know, he came out and told this guy he believes in the Constitution. Which tells me that the mayor and maybe the town manager of Holly Ridge, I don't know if it's true or not, got with him and said, "Hey, you need to enforce these orders." And he probably said, "No, ma'am," or he probably said, "No, that would be unconstitutional," and probably got temporarily relieved from duty in order to have someone who would enforce these unconstitutional orders. And they are unconstitutional, folks. Don't mince words with it. They are straight up 100% unconstitutional. Period. End of story. So let's continue.
Know what that means. I don't know why he was relieved, but I can speculate that...
And that's all we can do.
I know why, because he was following the Constitution and didn't believe in what the governor had said. And so I guess they removed him from the picture.
If you're
so now this person,
chief of police there in Holly Ridge,
harassing members,
please contact me at realmenwearkillstv@gmail.com.
Temporarily. At approximately
I'd love to
3
get your
p.m.,
side of it.
Captain Richards came back with a detective and the town manager and gained access to my business through a key card that they had from 2010 that had not been deactivated. I don't know. I don't know why they had this key card. I don't know if it was for safety from back
in he's got them on video doing this,
or if they had a membership. We don't know. These individuals came into our facility with no warrant, with no permission whatsoever.
And see, right there, they came in with no warrant. That officer, that acting, chief of police, the captain, should be charged with breaking and entering. Because he went into that facility without a search warrant. He had no legal right to do so. Zero. Nada. Zip. Zilch. He violated this Marine Corps veteran's rights right there. He violated those rights. And should be charged with the appropriate crimes for that. We have video evidence right here. He has video evidence of this taking place.
They illegally trespassed and then started to harass our members again, saying that if they did not leave the facility, they would be cited. They had 5 minutes to get out or they would get cited. I found out about this. I came to the gym and then I asked Captain Richards what statute under what law that he
Good
was
question.
going to cite
Good question right here.
citizens of this.
Good question. Ah, damn ads.
Town.
So what we have here, we have Captain Richards, who's taking photos of everybody's license plate, and threatening to give them tickets unlawfully.
I wanted to try and talk to us earlier. I'm an interim acting chief right now. Like I spoke to you before. You need to close the gym down, Nick.
Just so you know, acting chief, you illegally entered my business. You trespassed. So I have a case there. Do you hear me?
And he's
He said,
absolutely
"Because the
right.
law." And I asked him what law, and he rolled his window up at me. There's no law, and I've consulted a lawyer. There's no law, there's no statute that you can cite a citizen for this. Meanwhile, he has his officers
Exactly.
taking
There is none.
photographs
I looked.
of everyone's
I
license
tried to
plate
find one.
and everyone's
Couldn't
face
find one.
in the gym so that he can give them a ticket.
I spent 3 hours
So he
today
can
looking
threaten.
for a law
He's intimidating people. He's
that they can
threatening
cite
people.
him. He's absolutely
That's
right
where
so far.
I started to have the issue. So if you want to harass me, if you want to come at me, I've been in a fight. I know how to protect myself. I can take a beating. I can take all of it. You can ruin my life. I will rebuild it again and again. What I cannot allow is for a law enforcement officer who's also a Marine, have you?
And you know,
swore an oath to protect its people.
And see, that blows my mind right there. So we have an officer who is enforcing an unconstitutional law. An unconstitutional law. I mean, wrap that head around so far. Or not a law, but an order. Right? So he's enforcing something that's unconstitutional. There is no law that he is, citing him for. It's just defiance of an unconstitutional order. Right? That's point number one. Point number two. He swore an oath as an officer of the law, to defend and uphold the Constitution of the United States, amongst other things. Right? That was an oath he swore. And then he's also a Marine. Former Marine. Because I bet he's one of those ones who say former Marine instead of actually Marine. Because he, you find the shitbags actually doing that. In fact, every former Marine I've met has been a shitbag. Every Marine I've met, whether they were actually in the Marines at the time or not, were actually in the Marines at the time or had been a Marine, every one of those I've met have been great, upstanding individuals. Right? But anyways, when he joined the Marine Corps, he swore an oath, just like I did when I joined the Army, just like this guy here did when he joined the Marine Corps. All right? To defend and uphold the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Okay? So, right there, this guy is breaking not only one oath to defend and uphold the Constitution, but two oaths. I challenge him to come on Real Men Wear Kilts TV and defend his actions. I will tear him apart. I promise you that. I will tear him apart. This acting chief of police. This police captain. I will tear him apart on this show. I will rip apart every argument he has with one argument, but one argument. And you know what my argument will be? But the Constitution. What about the Constitution? You swore to defend and uphold the Constitution. You swore to defend and uphold the Constitution. That's all. That's the sole argument I have to make against him. He can't make an argument against me. He can't. You know why? Because he has no defense. There's clear video evidence of him breaking his oath. Clear evidence of him breaking his oath, folks. What a shitbag. What a fucking blue falcon. I bet he was the most hated individual in his unit. I bet everybody in his unit hated him. With good reason.
To protect the Constitution, harass citizens of my town. So once again, I'm temporarily closing the gym so that I can engage with local members of this community, so I can engage with the town council, so I can engage with the members of the county, so I can reach my congressman. I've reached out to the governor. I've reached out to our 2 senators. I've gotten nothing back, but I'm going to keep trying.
And I've talked to Greg Murphy before. He's a great person.
It's exhausting. My heart is broken. I never thought in a million years that I'd be sitting here trying to tell this story to you guys.
Greg Murphy's one of the good ones.
All I wanted was to serve my time in the military and enjoy the freedoms that I fought for. Be able to run my business, be able to enjoy time with my friends and family, enjoy the liberties that I fought for.
That's what most of us veterans want right there.
Do that. I can't even focus on the work that I'm supposed to be doing because now I have to spend my time talking to city council people. And
a quick note, the individual in this video, the Marine Corps veteran, Nick, yeah, you heard his name. If you look right here, well, hey, let me just pull up the page real quick. Listen to the GoFundMe page. Help him out. You know, raise some money for him. You know, please donate to him. It's GoFundMe.com/F/support-Nick- his last name, which is KOUMALATSOS. You know, show him support. You know, show him support. I'm going to try and hit him up on the first when I get paid. You know, throw a little money his way. He seems like a pretty awesome dude. I hope he comes on and gives me a short interview, or at least gives me a statement. Whatever it is, I'd love to, you know, have him on. And I want to make a note. Any views or statements I make in no way are a reflection of his views and statements. It's my personal opinion, has nothing to do with him. It's just my personal opinion. Personally, from what I've seen, he is doing the right thing. And I commend him for that. I hope he gets to open his business back up soon. And hopefully he gets some justice as well. Anyways, let's finish the video off here.
And county officials trying to get a hold of a congressman so that I can just enjoy the freedoms that we're supposed to have. Again, the issue is that they're taking business owners and tax-paying, law-abiding citizens of our country and of our state and of our towns and turning them into criminals. We have to look at this from a broad picture. The entire time that we've been shut down in North Carolina, our ABC stores have been open, our tobacco shops have been open, big box stores have been open. There can be 200 people in Lowe's.
Here's a good point here. Here's a good point he's making here. How come Lowe's, Home Depot, Menards, that's a Midwestern chain. Those of you on the East Coast or the West Coast who are not, they're like, Menards, what's that? Anyways, you know, in Walmart and the few Kmarts that still exist, there are a few. I've seen a few still around. You know, all these big box stores are still open. Yet the mom and pop stores are not supposed to be open. There's something wrong with this picture. folks. Why can these big box stores and these big chains remain open, but the little guys got to close? I'll tell you why. I think he actually touches on this. It's because they generate a ton of tax revenue, sales tax revenue. That's why they are being allowed to open, folks. If you can't get that through your head, you're an idiot. I'll straight up call you an idiot. You can't figure that out on your own. You know, the fact is, you know, the small businesses are being shit on in this situation. Because the Democrats, they say they hate billionaires, but they all want to be one. They all want that tax revenue. They all want those kickbacks they get. And you know, there's Republicans who do that too, just as guilty. You know, we need to wake up in this country. We need to wake up to what's going on right now. And we need to lawfully and legally fight back. You know, I urge President Trump to step in and try and find a way of unfucking the situation. I urge him to. You know, these politicians push too far. I'm not encouraging this, but these politicians keep pushing too far. We're going to see violence on American soil. It'll be American versus American again. You know, we lost too many good people during the Civil War. Do we really want to, during the last wars that were on American soil, we lost too many people. The American Revolution, the War of 1812, the Civil War, we lost too many people during those wars. Too many Americans. We can't do that again. Our nation won't survive. But these Democratic politicians, these leftist politicians, and even a few on the right, I'm sad to say. That's why I don't claim to be a Democrat, Republican. I do register Republican because 9 times out of 10 I agree with them. But I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a conservative. I'm not a liberal. I'm not an independent. The only label you can put on me is I'm a constitutionalist. A true common sense originalist constitutionalist. That's what I am. I ask myself 2 questions. 2 questions. 2. All right? When I decide whether I'm for something or against something. I have to get a yes on both if I'm going to be for it. Otherwise, I'm against it. Number one. First and foremost, is it constitutional? The answer is no, I'm against it. If the answer is yes, I ask myself the following question, a follow-up question. Is it good for America? Is it good for America? I mean, our country, the United States of America, is it good for it? If I don't get a yes on that as well, guess what? I'm against it. If I do, I'm all for it. 100%. Oh yeah, let's do it. There's things I like about Trump, there's things I don't like about him. I don't agree with everything he says. I don't disagree with everything he says either. I take each and everything he says and I go, ask those questions. Do I agree with this? Or, and decide whether I'm for what he said or against what he said. I look at Joe Biden and that's scary. I'm apprehensive about who his vice presidential candidate is, because really, in reality, they'll be the presidential candidate because I guarantee if he's elected, if Joe Biden's elected, I guarantee you, within a year, he'll be ruled unfit to serve as president of the United States, and as vice president will be voted into, or will be placed in, sworn into office. And the people he's looking at, for a constitutionalist like myself, someone like myself, it's scary. I mean, straight up, I'm scared of that possibility. I don't particularly like Trump all the way. I like a few things. I like some things about him. I like some of the things he's for. But there's other things I don't like about him. But to be honest, come November, I'll be voting Trump. I'm not endorsing him, but I'll be voting Trump. Because I don't like the looks of what's coming from the left. From a constitutional standpoint, Trump is the best option as far as my opinion goes. Anyway, I went off on a little bit of a tangent there. Sorry about that, folks. Let's finish this video.
Where the state income tax comes from and state sales tax.
He points it out right here.
Revenue generators for the state have been shut down. Just small businesses that their income tax and their sales tax are minuscule. So it appears that they're doing the state justice by flattening.
Oh, and if Trump or Biden wants to come on here and talk to me,
but really,
for you guys,
the state is protecting its revenue.
By all means, come on.
But not its.
We'll talk. Owners. I'll give you a fair shot to say whatever you want to say.
From the property tax the tax collector's office in Onslow County, wanting to know when I'm going to pay my property tax for 2020.
This is kind of funny.
I said, "Do you? Is this serious? Like, you shut my businesses down, and you expect me? You're collecting property tax."
I led their tax collector's response.
That's something you need to take out with the legislate. I'm just here to take your money. You can't make this up.
I mean, that is pretty funny what the lady said.
I ask you, please, to share this video.
Which is what I'm doing right now.
Representation of all law enforcement officers. You have good law enforcement officers out there.
And there are many.
Are getting fired, like
I
Greg
agree.
Anderson, and then many more. That
Greg Anderson. Okay, I gotta look that up.
Defend the Constitution.
I want to get his statement.
Rights, your and I rights. This is I believe,
I'm
very
write
small,
that down.
Isolated incident. We see them happening in Jersey. We see them happening in other places. But at the end of the day, this is me by no means saying that all law enforcement officers are bad. But you know how it is. Even in the Marine Corps, we had a bad 10%. In law enforcement, you always have a bad 10%.
And that's
true.
true.
That these individuals get to rise to the power they have. This individual is probably a bad Marine. He was probably a really poor leader in the Marine Corps, and he's a poor leader in the community. And now I've taken it my personal mission to ensure that our rights are protected, that my citizens' rights are protected, and that this tyranny no longer continues. Will we win? I don't know. I don't know what the outcome will be. But I know that I will sleep better at night knowing that I did everything in my power to voice your guys' rights, to voice the citizens' rights, and to be the best human being and the best American that I can be.
Hey,
I love you guys.
He raised some great points.
I love America.
In this video.
I love what this country stands for. I don't want to forget what that means. You guys know the deal. Never quit, never surrender, and we always keep moving forward.
Amen, brother. Amen. So, before we get into this next article here, make some great points in this video. If you can hit up his GoFundMe page, please do. Help my brother out. And I may not be related, but he's my brother. We both signed up to serve this country. We both did the best we could. Help my brother out. All right. So, let me know in the comments what you think about that video and your opinions. Let me know what you think about my reaction. Keep it respectful. Just because we might have different opinions doesn't mean you can be disrespectful to me. I don't intend to be disrespectful to you. Just saying. I hope that opens your eyes to what's going on with many small businesses around the country. In fact, if you're a small business owner and you're in a similar situation or you're being adversely affected by this coronavirus stuff, please contact me at realmenwearkiltstv@gmail.com. I'd love to hear what you have to say. We'll schedule a time where we can do a little interview, and put your stuff out there. All right. So, next story we're going to talk about is church that defied coronavirus restriction is burned to the ground. Police found message. Bet you stay home now, you hypocrites. Spray painted on the ground near the church's doors, according to officials. Now, before we get into this, talking about Biden. Biden recently said what I feel is probably the most racist statement ever made by a Democratic presidential candidate. He was on, I can't remember the name of the show or who the interviewers were, but apparently there were some big, whoever they were big individuals in the black community, big influencers, and he's tried to walk it back since. But, I mean, holy crap, folks. Wow. I'm just thinking about the statement he made makes me go, what the hell? Okay. I mean, I'm just shocked, appalled, dismayed. Like, what the hell? He came out and talking about black voters said, and I quote you, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Yes, folks. Sleepy Joe Biden, gaff machine Joe Biden, made the ultimate gaff. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I mean, that's literally what he said. I didn't know how you vote determine what your skin color is. If any of y'all can explain the logic there, please, by all means, explain the logic to me, because I don't get it. I don't get it. If you think I'm kidding, hold on. Hold on. Let's search it on YouTube here. Joe Biden if you don't, oh, what the hell? You ain't black. Okay. Okay. I think this is it right here. Oh, we got the ad to deal with. Hold on.
I want to ask you about your running mate. I don't know if you saw. Well, I saw the day that a news report broke that Amy Klobuchar was being vetted, and a lot of people on social media, they're not too happy about that, and it's because they want your running mate to be a black woman. I don't know if you saw the op-ed in the Washington Post by some of the leading Black women voices in this country. And they feel since Black women are such a loyal voting bloc and Black people saved your political life in the primaries this year, they have things they want from you. And one of them is a Black woman running mate. What do you say to them?
What I say to them is that I'm not acknowledging anybody who is being considered, but I guarantee you there are multiple Black women being considered.
You know,
Thanks so much.
Why they gotta be
That's really
black?
our Time. I apologize.
Black,
you
white,
can't
whatever.
do that to Black media.
I can't do that to white media and Black media because my wife has to go on at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't Black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump.
See, there he is right there. Okay, I didn't actually hear the actual quote. Okay. But he still said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't Black. He just said it in a different way.
I would love to see
Take
you.
a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years. I have a record that is second to none. The NAACP has endorsed me every time I've run. Come on. Take a look at the record.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Anyway, thanks. I will come back.
All right.
I look forward to seeing you in person.
Okay, absolutely.
Okay, pal. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it, Charlamagne.
Okay, my question is, why did this Charlamagne fellow not actually acknowledge that? I mean, he's a Black man. Saying that's the color of his skin. He's a, African American. Whatever you want to call him, whatever the politically correct term is nowadays. I can't keep up with it. But that's beside the point. The fact is, how did he not recognize it as a blatantly racist statement? How does how you vote determine how your skin color? Oh, is my video froze? Oh, hold on a second here. My video froze here. Let's see what we got fixed here. Uh-oh. Oh, it stopped streaming. Oh, crap. Sorry about that, folks. I didn't realize it stopped streaming. There's no video? That's weird. Anyway, I guess you catch it on YouTube. Why is there no video? Can y'all hear me? Oh, John Burke's birthday today. Anybody, go over to that channel, wish him happy birthday and everything. Happy birthday, John. Hold on, folks. I'm trying to fix this here. They just work. Why is it not working? Working now. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. If you weren't watching, we just watched I'm not sure when it froze, but just to recap, we watched the Marine Corps veteran and his video, and then we looked up Joe Biden's video where he basically came out and said, we actually showed it. It's on a show called The Breakfast Club. which is apparently very popular in the black community, the African American community in this country, and basically came out and said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Now, I'm sorry, but I feel that's an extremely racist comment. I don't think I'm the only one who thinks that's an extremely racist comment. I mean, seriously. And then, the Democratic Party, they claim that they're the party of minorities and they take in anybody and everybody. But their presidential candidate, and I challenge Joe Biden to come on my show and tell me that, no, I wasn't meant racist or anything. Well, what you said is indeed racist. How does it plays to the stereotype that all black people vote Democrat? Well, I'm well aware of many Democrats who not Democrat, African American people or black people, if you want to call them black people, or I don't know what any other term. Well, I know a few that would be considered racist, and I'm not going to use those because I'm not a piece of shit. But the point is, that's a stereotype. That's a racial stereotype. And he basically made a statement that goes along with that racial stereotype. So how does the big tent party, as they like to call themselves, where they take on anybody, how do they justify having a presidential candidate who has clearly made a racist statement, publicly made a racist statement? Explain that to me, because it blows my mind. It really does. It blows my mind, like, that he would utter such racist words. And it is racist. I mean, it's one thing to, crack jokes, with people who understand that you're not racist. And, I have friends from, particularly North Carolina who, they'll make racist jokes with me and I'll make racist jokes back with them. And some of the best racist jokes I ever heard about black people were from black people. Just saying. In an age where everybody's offended by everything, and that's pushed by the Democratic Party, how is it that no black Democrats are not like, how is the Democratic Party as a whole not going, whoa, Joe, you go over there, we don't want to even be associated with you? Where is that? Because I guarantee you, if Joe Biden was a Republican and made that statement, they'd be all over his ass, folks. They'd be all over his ass. But he's a Democrat, so he gets a pass on that. By the way, F you, Bill Gates, I love your screen name. That's an awesome screen name, man. Oh, they absolutely are hypocrites. And it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, it really is. It's fucking ridiculous, man. I mean, anyways, let's get into the other two stories. That way we can get to some gaming tonight. The next story is church that defied coronavirus restrictions is burned to the ground. Police found message, bet you stay home now, you hypocrites. Spray painted on the ground near the church's doors, according to officials. All right, so there's the picture there. Oh, hold on. Might help if I switch the scene over. Let's wait. Okay, there we go. All right. So there's what's left of the church, and you can kind of see part of the message in there. All right. The burning of a church in northern Mississippi this week is being investigated as arson because of a spray-painted message at the scene that seemed to criticize the church's defiance of coronavirus restrictions. Now, here's the thing. Oh, man, I'm sorry you're in California, man. That sucks. I wish you the best of luck, man. But, here's the thing. With this here. The church's defiance of coronavirus restrictions. Well, one, according to the Constitution, according to the First Amendment of the Constitution, we have the right to religious freedom, freedom of religion. Meaning, we can worship whatever we want. You want to worship worms? Go worship worms. You want to worship God? Worship God. You want to worship the devil? Worship devil. I don't know why you would. He seems like a pretty nasty dude, but go right ahead. As long as you're not interfering with someone else's rights, knock yourself out. But the point is, you want to worship the flying spaghetti monster? Go right ahead. The point is, we have freedom of religion. And part of that freedom, according to Supreme Court rulings, is actually being able to worship wherever, whenever we want. So, and there's nothing that can take that away from us. Nothing. All right, so the article continues. First Pentecostal Church, I've met some Pentecostals. They're a crazy bunch. I'll give them that, but they got some serious faith. I'll give them that. First Pentecostal Church had sued the city of Holly Springs, which is about an hour southeast of Memphis, Tennessee. And this is in Mississippi, by the way. Anyways, arguing that its stay-at-home order had violated the church's right to free speech and interfered with its members' ability to worship. I forgot about the free speech issue on this. Yes, we have free speech in this country, folks. And I can see how that violated the right to free speech, as well as their members' ability to worship as they feel comfortable. After firefighters put out the blaze early Wednesday, police found a message. Bet you stay at home now, you hypocrites. And I think they spelled that wrong, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's supposed to be there should be a C there, but either way, spray painted on the ground near the church's doors, according to Major Kelly McMillan of the Marshall County Sheriff's Department. A photograph of the graffiti also appears to show an atomic symbol with an A in the center, which is sometimes used as a logo for atheist groups. I feel atheists, they want to, they don't want to worship anything. They believe in nothing, which is actually believing in something, because if you believe in nothing, you have to acknowledge that there's something to not believe in. But that's beside the point. Anyways, in fact, I have an older sister who's actually agnostic, which is different. She basically believes there's something out there. She's just not sure what it is. But anyways, there's an atheist out there. Let me tell you something. There's a right way to do things. There's a wrong way to do things. If this was indeed atheists that burned that church down, you done did it the wrong way. And I hope you get prosecuted. I'm not a particularly religious person, but I am a Christian. I believe Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior and died on the cross for my sins, and I've accepted him into my heart and been baptized and all that stuff. But I'm not overly religious. I'm not, trying to shove it down people's throats either. Anyways, continuing on. Governor Tate Reeves of Mississippi said on Twitter that he was heartbroken and furious about the fire. I feel the same way. I'm pretty pissed off that somebody burned down a church. I mean, that's not cool. And I'd be just as pissed off if somebody burned down a Buddhist temple, a Jewish temple, or synagogue, or even a Muslim mosque. You know, I'd be just as pissed off. You know, as long as people are peacefully worshiping and not practicing evil ideologies of extremism, they should be allowed to worship freely and peacefully. I don't care what religion it is. You know, and for someone to burn down a, house of worship, there's a special place in hell. I believe there's a special place in hell for the individual or individuals who did this. And I pray for their souls. They come to know the light before it's too late. Anyways, McMillan said police had found a can of white spray paint and a flashlight at the scene. He said that no suspects had been identified, but that investigators, including from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and potentially the FBI, would be going through the scene Friday. And the reason they're coming in is, one, this was an arson, so that's where the BATFE comes in. And two, it was an attack against a religious center, and from what can be seen, it was a hate crime by another organization or another religious group, aka the atheists. And yes, atheists, you are a religious group. Whether you want to believe that or not, you are a religious group. You just don't believe in anything. You believe in nothing. But you're still a religious group because you believe in something. By believing in nothing, you believe in something. Because you believe there is nothing. Just saying. Anyway, the story goes on to say, so that's why the FBI would be involved. We'll probably be there till dark tomorrow night because we're going to have to go through each and every piece of it, he said. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty difficult task, going through all that stuff, but they got to. After growing frustration with the city's executive order, the first of which was issued March 23rd, a church pastor, Jerry Waldrop, and I'm trying to get a hold of Jerry Waldrop. I'd like to interview him and raise awareness and maybe help raise some money to rebuild his church. Confronted city officials at demonstration at a local Walmart. The church also filed a lawsuit against the city in April. Kudos to them. Trying to defend their religious rights. Kudos to them. I mean, bravo. Let's see. A lawyer for the church said in the lawsuit that police had cited Waldrop on Easter for holding service in violation of the city's order and had later shut down a Bible study. Really? Easter, one of the most holy holidays of the Christian calendar. All right? Waldrop was cited for that. And they later shut down a Bible study. A group of, in my experience, Bible studies are just a group of individuals getting together and looking at the Bible and seeing what it says. And, nothing wrong with that. That can easily be done with social distancing. Just saying. In a blistering opinion filed last week in response to the lawsuit, Judge Michael Mills wrote that he feared that the church was proceeding in an excessively reckless and cavalier manner and with insufficient respect for the enormity of the health crisis, which the COVID-19 pandemic represents. Okay, here's the fact of the matter. It's something like 0.0024% of the population is deathly affected by this virus. Most of us who catch it won't even know we're sick. Won't know. We won't have any symptoms. And like not over 90% of those who do get infected, guess what? They'll live. They'll live. Make a full recovery. That's the real numbers, folks. The real numbers. All right? And just think that this is a horrible thing. I love to talk to the judge on his decision in this matter. The judge declined to block the city's stay-at-home order as the church had requested, and noted that the city had in subsequent executive orders allowed for drive-in church services. You know, part of going to church as a Christian, and I don't go near as much as I should, but part of going to church is having fellowship with other Christians. If everybody's sitting in their cars, right? When everybody's sitting in their cars, you know, listen to the pastor speak, how are you supposed to have any fellowship that way? Doesn't work. In fact, I think fellowship with fellow Christians is actually the I'd have to say it's the more or less the biggest part of going to church. Anyways, continuing on. On Friday, Nick Fish, president of the American Atheists, a group that uses the logo found at the scene, strongly condemned the church burning, calling it a heinous act of destruction. Good CYA, Nick Fish. And that's all I'm going to call it for now. You know, maybe he truly does think it's a horrible act, you know. And if that's the case, kudos to him. But for right now, it sounds to me like he's covering his ass. He said, I'm disgusted that anyone would associate a symbol of our community with something incompatible with our values as atheists. I'd like to find out exactly what his values are. Nick Fish, if you happen to see this, please email me at realmenwearkiltstv@gmail.com. I'd love to do an interview, get your point of view, get your side of things. I mean, by all means, shoot me an email. We'll set something up. It'll be great, man. For now, I think you're just covering your ass. But maybe, you know, I'm open-minded, so maybe you can change my mind. In fact, I'd love for you to change my mind on that. I really would. Absolutely would. 100%. No sarcasm. 100%. I'd love for you to change my mind that you're not just covering your ass. You know, but for now, that's kind of what it halfway appears to be. But, you know, let me know. I'd like to hear from you. I'm an open-minded guy. I'll give you respect. You give me respect. We'll talk. See how it goes. You know, go from there. All right. Arguments over whether the religious service can be held in person have become increasingly contentious in recent weeks. Yeah, it has. Some churches in Minnesota this week said they would resume service in defiance of the governor's orders. That followed a federal judge's ruling in North Carolina that allowed indoor religious gatherings after the governor said they were largely banned. In California, 5 lawyers from the Justice Department said in a letter to the governor that the state's restrictions to combat the virus discriminated against religious institutions, and more than 1,200 pastors signed a declaration protesting the restrictions. Bam! That's the right way to do this, folks. What these pastors did, signing a, signing a declaration, saying that, they're protesting its restrictions. That's the way to get, here's the thing, pastors and religious leaders in the community, you guys hold a lot of sway and a lot of power. Sitting at that pulpit. Or that altar or whatever it is you stand at when you give your services. You guys, gals, we need you more than ever in this country. We need you more than ever to stand up for what's right. We really do. 100%. McMillan said the fire had shocked Holly Springs, a city of fewer than 8,000 people. Hopefully, with the Lord's help, he said, we can get to the bottom of this as quickly as possible. I pray that they do get to the bottom of this and that the evil, twisted people who did this are brought to justice. I really do. And that the truth is 100% found out about this. I don't know right now if there is a GoFundMe for this church to help them rebuild. But if I find one, I will definitely let everybody know. Yeah, I mean, it's terrible what's happened here. I mean, just terrible. All right, let's go to our next one. Louisiana pastor, while on house arrest, again defies coronavirus order with church service. Life Tabernacle Church pastor Tony Spell admitted violating Louisiana's mandate to avoid large gatherings by hosting hundreds of worshipers. Okay, so I actually called this guy. He actually picked up, on the phone. I called the church, expecting to talk to some, person under him who would then tell him I was trying to get a hold of him. He's supposed to be calling me back to set up an interview, possibly live. I don't know, or it might be pre-recorded and I just play the video for you guys. But seemed like a nice dude. I can't wait to talk to him. But anyways, let's so that's coming up eventually. Let's look at this article here. A Louisiana pastor who defied state orders against large gatherings amid coronavirus pandemic has been placed under house arrest. Tony Spell, pastor of Life Tabernacle Church in the city of Central Louisiana, has been fitted with an ankle bracelet and placed under house arrest after he would not promise to maintain social distancing. His attorney confirmed Sunday. Spell has admitted violating Louisiana's mandate to avoid large gatherings by hosting church services. Spell showed up to the church's Sunday services, according to a live stream posted on Facebook. The pastor showed off his ankle monitor while standing in front of his congregation, claiming, "I'm not hiding anymore." That's some bravery right there. This man is standing up to, an unconstitutional order that violates not only his right to religious freedom, but the right of his, congregants, as far as their right to religious freedom goes. Bravo, sir. Bravo. It's a dirty, rotten, crying shame when you have to hide in America, he said. Absolutely, 100%. Joseph Long, Spell's attorney, told NBC News in a statement that Spell lived 50 yards from his church, which still planned to host services Sunday. long characterized the judge's order as forcing Spell to stop preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ to his congregation. You know what? I have to agree with his attorney there. And that is a violation, again, of our constitutional right to religious freedom, folks. The powers that be are watching right now. And they're watching to see how easy it is to take our rights and freedoms away. Our rights and freedoms that were given to us by our Creator. By our Creator. Folks. Are we going to be sheep being led to the slaughter, folks? Are we going to be sheepdogs? Are we going to say, no, we think for ourselves? Are we going to say, no, you can't take our rights away? Because that's what we need to do. We need to show the powers that be that they will not easily take our rights away. Because they're watching, folks. They are watching. I, for one, will not silently give up my rights. I won't. What about you? What about you? The judge has found him in contempt of court for refusing to promise, Long said. Obviously, we believe this is an illegal order in violation of the Constitution and will litigate the issue. Please do. Do so. In late March, Spell was issued a summons for violating the governor's executive order against gatherings of more than 50 people. He hosted a church service of about 500 worshipers. Amen. Amen. 500 worshipers. There's churches that have a hard time getting 10. He must be doing something right. Following week, Spell was accused of violating the order again. He told CNN that he hosted around 1,220 churchgoers for a Palm Sunday service at his church. That's impressive. I mean, those are impressive numbers. And see, this article isn't telling us what his church's capacity is. Yeah, he may have had 1,220 churchgoers, but what if his church's capacity is 5,000? Well, a church is capable of holding 5,000. 1,220 churchgoers should be able to properly social distance and avoid and follow CDC guidelines with no problem. Just saying. That's a fraction of capacity. I don't know what his church's capacity is. I hope I get to talk to him so I can find out. That would be quite a bit more information there. All right. Bell was then arrested Tuesday and charged with assault, accused of having backed up his church bus dangerously close to a protester outside the church. He was met outside East Baton Rouge Parish prison by cheering supporters after he posted bail. The pastor insisted that he would not give up his rights to worship. Now, I don't know about this, anything about this having backed up dangerous close to a protester. But define dangerously close and explain to me how that has anything to do with the definition of the word assault. I mean, seriously, like, explain that. That don't make a damn lick of sense to me. He didn't actually hit the protester. Hell, he might not have seen the protester. If the protester was dumb enough to stand in a spot where he couldn't see him. Anyways, continuing on. My right to have church and preach the gospel of Jesus Christ are endowed by my Creator. Absolutely. Not my district attorney, not my chief of police, and not my governor, John Bell Edwards, Spell said. Well said. Well said. Bravo. Louisiana has been one of the harder hit states in the coronavirus pandemic. There's more than 26,000 confirmed cases and at least 1,703 deaths as of Sunday. Now, that 1,703 deaths. I look at the death numbers, and I take it with a grain of salt, folks. There has been confirmed cases where somebody died of a heart attack or some other illness or medical issue, and because they happened to have coronavirus as well, they were counted amongst the coronavirus deaths. This is not something we can ignore, folks. The numbers are being skewed. I mean, the numbers are being skewed. And we need to take this stuff with a grain of salt. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, I'm going to take a short break. That's the new stuff I got for the evening. We're going to get into Forza Motorsport 6 here in just a little bit. We'll play that for a little while. Maybe we'll play some Skyrim afterwards, or maybe some GTA 5. I'm not sure. We'll just kind of play it by ear. Yeah, I mean, kind of take a few moments to realize just what I've been talking about tonight. I'm gonna take a few moments to really let it sink in. I mean, as a constitutionalist and someone who loves this country, I mean, I love this country so much. I can't explain how much I love this country, but it truly scares me how much we as a country are in trouble when it comes to our rights. Our rights and freedoms, folks, are being trampled on right now. And there's many who are just going along with it because they're scared of a little old virus. I mean, are they trying to say that, we need to just, there's a virus, we're scared, burn the Constitution? I don't agree with that. Anyways, I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom, refill my drink. Yeah, I'd love to see your comments when I get back on. We'll be back in a few, folks. All right, guys. I'm gonna put a dip in. We're gonna get into some video games, have a little fun. That's enough politics for one night. God, I hate getting into politics. I really do. Every time I try to stay away from politics, I keep getting drugged back in. And it fucking sucks, man. Hey, let me put a dip in. Like I said, oh, and well, I'm thinking about it because I haven't done that yet today. If you got aches and pains or trouble sleeping, or maybe you got a dog that's got aches and pains, the good people at Shell Shock CBD have a lot of wonderful products out there. I mean, really wonderful products. You need to check them out. They're great. That's shellshockcbd.com. Use code Patrick. Get 10% off your order. Great company. And here's the thing. When you use code Patrick, not only do you get 10% off, but they give me a little kickback. And here's the thing. I got one of their products right here. Right here. Right? These are the Rack Out Gummies. They're 300 milligrams of CBD, 5 milligrams of melatonin per serving. Right? And here's the thing. It says that the serving size is 300 gummies. Well, not 300 gummies. 3 gummies. Not 300. I don't know why I said 300. It was 3 gummies. Right? There's 30 in the bottle. I'm 300 pounds. That's where I was getting the whole 300 thing coming from. I'm about 300 pounds. One of these gummies, just one. Uno. For our Spanish-speaking friends. Right? Knocks my ass out. Knocks me out cold. I'm a big dude. I'm 300 pounds. I'm 5'9", 300 pounds. Right? And one of those gummies knocks me out. And the serving size is 3. Okay? The shit works. My dad, he uses the bomb drops for aches and pains. That works for him. They got a roll-on product that's a topical product. You know, maybe your muscles are sore, so you roll it on. From what I hear, that works pretty well. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. My dad says the drops taste great and they work. In fact, he doesn't even take the full dosage. So, I mean, the products work. They got chews for dogs now. And that's for, if you got dogs that are a little over hyperactive or maybe have some separation anxiety when you're away, it calms them down. If you got an older dog who maybe isn't moving quite so well because of aches and pains of old age, well, it helps with that too. I actually, before Shell Shock came out with their dog chews, I've actually bought CBD chews for my dog Roxy, who's 5 years old, but she gets a little rambunctious sometimes, and so she gets a little rambunctious sometimes, and that the CBD chews calm her down that I got from PetSmart. And she was limping for a while there, and gave her some of the CBD chews. She's no longer limping. So, once I run out of the ones from PetSmart, I'm going to be switching over to Shell Shock and see if they work even better. I recommend these products to my friends, my family. I'm recommending them to you guys. Use code Patrick. You get 10% off your order. I get a little kickback. It's all great. I mean, as far as that goes. Also, as we know, 22 veterans a day on average commit suicide. It's a terrible statistic. Many of these veterans are having trouble adjusting to civilian life. They're having problems with PTSD and are having a hard time getting into the VA to get help. There's a million and one reasons that they commit suicide. I remember a story I heard about a veteran who, shortly after this 22 a day thing came out, but as the story goes, he got back, got out, started realizing he had problems, went to the VA. VA drugged their feet like they normally do. Wife left him, kids. Car got repossessed. As the years went on, eventually his house went up on foreclosure. He tried to work. Couldn't, the VA was dragging their feet with his claims. Anyways, one day he decided to leave a letter and some documentation in his mailbox. He went into the house, dumped gasoline all around the house. While still inside, lit that gasoline on fire, lit his house on fire, and blew his brains out. The house burned down around him. They found his letter and documentation as to who he was, and the letter explained the entire story. At the end, he says something rather haunting. At the end, he said, "Today I'm number 23." Veteran suicide is a terrible, terrible thing. You know a veteran out there who's struggling, whether you served with them or you're just a civilian friend or family member, reach out, talk to them. I mean, that might be let them know they're not alone. Let them know someone cares. Take some action. Help them find a lawyer to help with their claims. Help them, do what you can for them. And if there's nothing else you can do, get them in contact with Alpha Nerds Guild. Alpha Nerds Guild is a great organization. They've built this charity organization has turned into a absolutely amazing organization. They saved my life. I'm not kidding. They saved my life. And every year on my birthday, I do a fundraiser for them. And I'm going to say right now, check them out on Facebook, find their website. If you can donate some money to them, donate some money to them. You know a veteran who might benefit from, send them towards Alpha Nerds Guild. Alpha Nerds Guild. In fact, join Alpha Nerds Guild yourself. Seriously, join Alpha Nerds Guild yourself. Alpha Nerds Guild is a wonderful, wonderful organization. I love Alpha Nerds Guild and all the awesome work they do. You know, I play D&D with some other veterans. I'm not going to go into details. Something happened a couple of years ago. Really fucked me up in the head. Worse than I already was from my PTSD. I reached out to the people I played D&D with through Alpha Nerds Guild. Immediately, they were wanting to talk to me, you know, give me their phone numbers, asking for my phone number, so they could call me and say, hey man, what's going on? That peer support meant so much to me, folks. And, you know, honestly, if it hadn't been for that peer support, I was on the edge that night of saying fuck it. Literally saying fuck it. And taking a gun and blowing my head out. You know, blowing my brains out. I was that close. Razor's edge close. And they saved my life. They saved my life. Alpha Nerds Guild saved my life. You know, I don't care if if I make partner, or I mean not partner, if I make affiliate with Twitch. I don't care if I make any money on these videos at all. But if I can generate some traffic towards Alpha Nerds Guild so they can continue their amazing mission. I'll die a happy man. Alpha Nerds Guild saved my life, folks. And if these videos, if all they do is give back to Alpha Nerds, that's pretty fucking awesome to me. That's pretty fucking awesome. And I thank John Burke every day that he started Alpha Nerds. He started an organization that I don't think he realized just how huge it would become. And the fact that I'm here today, right now, living, breathing, streaming on Twitch, and then later uploading my video to YouTube and Facebook with the Alpha Nerds logo in the screen. Oh, other way. With the Alpha Nerds logo in the screen should tell you everything you need to know about Alpha Nerds Guild. An amazing organization. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Alpha Nerds Guild. I wouldn't. Alpha Nerds Guild, just by simply playing D&D with some people from Alpha Nerds Guild, you know, that I met through Alpha Nerds Guild, that I was paired up with through Alpha Nerds Guild, has saved my life. And they do so much more, folks. They do so much more. I can't begin to go into detail with all they do. Around Thanksgiving time, if you're a veteran and you can't afford a Thanksgiving meal for your family, they raise money to make sure that you have a Thanksgiving meal. I mean, come on. They even help out with Christmas. If you're a veteran or a Leo or a first responder, you got PTSD and you can't afford a console, but you want, or a gaming computer, and you want to get in with the Alpha Nerds Guild. They can't afford to get you a gaming computer, but they'll definitely get you a console so you can join in and have some fun and get the help you need through gaming. How fucking cool is that? I'll tell you what it is. It's pretty fucking cool. They do this for a reason. They do this to help veterans, Leos, active, people actually in the military right now, first responders, former first responders, former Leos. They help us all. And here's the thing. If you're a civilian, you can join Alpha Nerds too. They don't care. If you're a civilian and you support veterans and Leos and first responders and former Leos and former first responders, they want you there too. They want you there. Why? Because they want that network of peer support. So check out Alpha Nerds Guild. If you can, donate to them. They're a great organization. I can't say enough about them. With that, I'm going to put a dip in, and then we're going to get into Forza Motorsport 6. And actually, give me 2 minutes. All right, folks, I'm back. We're going to get ready to get into Forza Motorsport 6. Let me check something here real quick first. All right. All right. Let's get into some video games. Let's have a little fun. Don't like getting into politics too much, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, so played this a while back, but never really got much into it. Let's do the never got much into it, and then I deleted it and
International Raceway.
just re-downloaded it last night, so
tires lose grip easier.
I haven't played in
braking distances are
easily
longer,
6
and
months.
deep puddles accumulate, causing a risk of hydroplaning.
Alright, let's get into it, folks. Looks like I think it's making me start off with the base car again. On the grass. The wet weather's not really helping me at all, folks. Now I want at least medal. Not doing too bad though. I'm in third, so. Second now. Can I take first? Can I catch him in time? Oh, I'm in first. I just pulled in the first, folks. Let's see how it goes. Oh, And I hold on to first. Let's find out, folks. All right, first place. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Actually, it looks like I'm starting off.
Showcase events give you a chance to drive some of the world's fastest cars in events
Like they're
that
making me
highlight
stock,
what makes each
starting
car
over or
special.
whatnot.
You have unlocked your first showcase event. There are many kinds of showcase events, from autocross to passing challenges, organized into separate groups. You have earned access to this showcase group. Select it to learn more about these exciting events.
Guess I have to select this one.
The motorsport pyramid is rocky and steep, and very few drivers make it to the very top. Only they know what it's like to race at Le Mans, or Indianapolis, or Bathurst, in cars tailor-made for the occasion. In these showcases,
ought to be fun.
you can get one step closer to experiencing these races, and glimpse into the life of a professional racing driver. Here you'll drive the world's greatest race cars on some of the most famous circuits in international racing.
These events are all part of the Race Driver Experience Group. Select this event and we'll enter you in your first showcase race.
Looks like I'm doing the IndyCar Indianapolis. Invitational.
Your next race will be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the highest capacity sports venue in the world with 400,000 seats.
Highest capacity sports venue in the world so far. I imagine there's stadiums and sporting event locations that will be far, far bigger in the future.
IndyCar, America's ultimate.
Woo, this is fast. This is pretty cool. I almost want to drive an Indy car in real life just to try it out. I think it'd be a lot of fun. What do you guys think? Comment below. Dogs, lay down. Lay down, Freya. Lay down, Roxy. Now hold on to first. I think we're gonna do it, folks. I think we're gonna do it. And there you have it, folks. First place once again. Booyah. Ooh, an Alfa Romeo GTV6. That's cool.
You have completed your first showcase race. You'll be invited to many more as you continue your career. Now, let's get back to the Challenger Series. We now head to the circuit at Long Beach, a course formed by closing off several streets in downtown Long Beach. There is little room for mistakes on a city course like this, as the entire layout is bordered by temporary concrete barriers.
Oh, this ought to be fun. Free course, baby. Let's do it. Yeah, it looks like they had me start over. third place. I'm on the podium. Let's keep going. Second place. All right, we got first place. Let's see if we can hold on to it, folks. Let's see if we can hold on to it. Got 2 more laps to go. All right, let's keep going, folks. Oops. Let me do that. All right, we can get first place back. We can get back. We can get back. Come on. Let's do it. Oh, come on. Screw-ups like this at the end of the race are bad juju. Come on. Oh, come on. That's terrible. I'm not gonna place. Oh, come on. I had it, folks. I had it. Oh. All right, it's redemption time, folks. We're gonna do that race again. We will not settle for 6th place. We're gonna get this one, folks. We're gonna get this one, folks. We're gonna get it. Real Men Wear Kilts TV is gonna win this one. Yeah, we got this. We got this, folks. They ain't even close. They ain't even close, folks. We got this. We're gonna win this one. Yeah, here we go. We got this. We got this. It ain't even close. We got it. We got it. Hell yeah, we just won. Booyah. Told you we got it. I told you we got this one. Woo! We got R18 e-tron worth 1.5 million credits. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, folks.
Up next is a race held in the historic city of Prague. Its cobblestone streets and famous tramways will give your car's suspension and tires a serious workout.
Very cool, very cool, very cool. And by the way, the city of Prague is a beautiful city. From the pictures I've seen, I'd love to visit. Just saying, you know. monetization is what I need for that. So on YouTube, and affiliate will help me along the way as well on Twitch. YouTube, I'm not sure what exactly they do, but I know there's a way on Facebook to get that stuff too. And I know I said YouTube, I meant Facebook. Sorry, but I've been drinking a little bit, so. Oh, and any views I expressed earlier, in no way reflect or are similar to the views of Shell Shock CBD or Alpha Nerds Guild. Just want to put that out there. Alright, let's do this, folks. Let's start the race. Let's race through the beautiful streets of the beautiful city of Prague. Oh, look at that gorgeous landscape, folks. Beautiful, beautiful buildings. You can tell whoever built those buildings took pride in their work. And rightly so. I mean, so talented. And I know, you know, this is just animation of the real thing. And I'm sure the animations don't do the real thing justice. But they look so good. Oh, somebody hit me from behind and caused me to spin out. It's okay, folks. They want to play cutthroat and dirty, I'll play cutthroat and dirty. I don't care, whatever it takes to win. After all, it's just a video game. Real life, I'd probably be a little more courteous. Alright, first place. Still on lap 1 of 2. Let's see if I can maintain that lead. Lap 2 of 2. But like I said, beautiful, beautiful architecture in the city of Prague, and this is just the animation of it. But imagine what it really looks like in real life based on this beautiful animation of it. I mean, they ain't even close right now. And this is one of the more challenging racing games to do. And we got another first place, folks. Another first place, folks.
Congratulations, you have completed the Super Street Challenger Series.
Quick little stretch, folks.
Next, take on club-level circuits, perfect for amateur drivers to learn the ropes of efficient car control.
Okay, so we have a few options. What cars did they give me from the beginning? Okay, they give me a few cars again with that. Find a car. What do we want to do? We want to do sport coupe, compact, Japanese, Street Kings, Rally Days Heroes, classic compact, or ultimate Bocom.
These are cars that pack big performance.
Okay, 1 Series. Focus RS. I actually have a Focus, but it's an SE, not an RS. John Cooper Works. President WRX ST. I test drove one of those. Those are pretty badass cars. Audi TTS Coupe. Audi S3 Sedan. RS3 Sportback. ERS Coupe. BMW M35i. I saw that on Top Gear once. That's a pretty cool car. S-Drive 35IS from BMW. Dodge SRT or ACR. I've heard a lot about this car. I heard it's a great car. Focus RS again. Focus ST. Genesis Coupe 3.8 track. The Lotus Elise 111S. The Mercedes-Benz A45 AMG. Saw that one on Top Gear too. That's the John Cooper Works GP from Mini. Lancer Evolution X CSR. Haven't heard much good about Lancer. Nissan 370Z. Solstice GXP. The Megane RS250. RXT. Astra. Vauxhall DXR. This is recommended. That one's cheaper, but it's also recommended. You know what? Let's do the Focus RS.
These designs were created by other players in our vibrant community of painters. You can choose one to apply to your car for free.
I'm digging this one here. I like the green and black combo. I think it looks good. Not as much as I like silver and black. You know, win, lose, or die, or win, lose, or tie, black and silver till I die. Go Raiders!
This is your 2009 Ford Focus RS.
All right, let's see how it does.
Your next race will be at Hockenheim, built using forest roads in the Rhine Valley.
Ooh, interesting. Hockenheim Ring. Interesting. Let's try it out. Apparently Tucker Carlson's talking about how CNN scolded people for enjoying Memorial Day weekend. CNN sucks, folks. It really does. In fact, there's actually a song that was written about how much CNN sucks. Start the race here, folks. Let's see how we do. Oh, not sure what happened there, but it wasn't good. Ooh, did you see that nice little cut I did there? I like it. Screwed up a little bit there, but it's all right. We got a couple more laps to go. And I'm in good position to eventually take the lead. And lap 3, folks, lap 3. Can I break into that top 3? Can I break into first? I can get around the Subaru. Alright, I'm in 3rd place. Second place. First place. Small screw up there, but I'm still in first. It's lap 3, towards the end of lap 3. Lap 4. And I do it, folks. I think I can. Comment below if you think I'm going to stay in first. Oh damn, there we go. Can I do it? They're not that far behind me. Can I do it? Can I do it? I think I'm gonna. And first place, folks. There we go. I told you I'd hit first. I'd get first place again. I really wasn't sure, but yeah. Alright, folks, I'm getting a little tired. I know I was going to try and do some either GTA 5 or Skyrim, but, you know, politics took a little longer than I thought, but, you know, it was worth doing given the situation that was going on with those stories that I wanted to mention. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all had a good time. If you're watching me on Facebook or YouTube, please follow me on Twitch. Twitch ain't gonna cost you a thing unless you want it to. Great. I'm trying to build a community over there where everybody gets together and we have a good time. We have some fun. Keep an open mind. We stay respectful. Join me on Twitch. You know, trying to build a good following over there. And if you can help me make affiliates, it's going to greatly help me, you know, improve the stream. Check out Shell Shock CBD. Use code Patrick for 10% off. I get a little kickback, which is going to help me out too. If you use that code. Check out Alphaners. I don't get nothing from them as far as a kickback or anything, but I've benefited greatly from them. Check them out. Great organization, great community to belong to. And I'll catch you again tomorrow night. You've been watching Real Men Wear Kilts TV. I hope you enjoyed. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button on Facebook, on YouTube. Hit that follow button on Facebook. If you've been watching on Twitch, hit that follow button on Twitch. Y'all been great. Have a good night. And I'll catch you all again tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Time, Central Standard Time. Check me out. It's a lot of fun. Come over to Twitch if you're on Facebook or YouTube. I can't wait to have you guys over here. Trying to build something great here. I'll catch y'all tomorrow night.